back a little?
Make it small but very strong. Anderson and Carthon, the running backs now. Second down. They show blitz. This is Anderson. To outside the 45, a gain of 2. Fracas for a moment.
Hey, there's two old guys going at it, Matt Millen and O.J. Anderson. I don't know what they're so upset about. Matt Millen is one of those guys that wants Anderson, I think, to run inside, and he's running outside, so he has to chase him out there.
He doesn't need much reason to be upset.
I think if the Giants are going to win this game before it's over, O.J. Anderson is going to be a pretty big part of it.
3rd and 5. 9 carries, just 20 yards for Anderson as Hostetler operates this time out of the spread formation. Oates, the snap without looking. Hostetler down by Haley. The Giants will have to punt.
I'll tell you, he took a tough inside move on Riesenberg. You're going to see him here. He comes inside. See, he looks like he'd go outside like it, but no, he comes inside and takes a tough inside move on Riesenberg. You see him there? Riesenberg steps out. Boom! Charles Haley goes right inside, and when he does, he's right on Hostetler.
Landeta back to punt it. And Taylor back deep for the 49ers. Landeta. Good kick. Chases Taylor all the way back to the 8-yard line. And the Giants down in a hurry. He got one miss, and he's got some room. And now Taylor steps out of bounds as he faces Landeta on the sideline. 55-yard punt, 24-yard net. Taylor brought it back 31.
When the weather gets tough, the tough play golf. The season premiere of the PGA Tour on CBS, the Phoenix Open. It might as well be spring.
6-6 in the NFC Championship at Candlestick Park, San Francisco, and New York.
Well, they were trying to punt it to Landeta's left. Get Taylor out there where Renee Thompson's coming down. They did that. Taylor took it, but then he started that side, and then boom, brought it all the way across the field.
1st and 10, 49ers, their own 39-yard line. Pass is caught by Taylor. He could be gone. Touchdown. 61-yard touchdown.
Watch 28 come in there. He goes right there and gets in front of Taylor. Now the bad thing is when you miss the interception and you go for it in front of him and there's no one behind you, it's a touchdown.
Now they're holding up the extra point as the officials go into conference. And let's see.
You know, how about John Taylor on that drive, though, Pat? He was the guy who got it started with the big punt return, then the big pass. John Taylor really, I think he caught the punt on that 10. John Taylor really took that football 90 yards.
That's what they're reviewing, whether he stepped out of bounds or not.
After further review, the play stands. Touchdown.
It stands. It's where the ball is. The ball, remember, the ball has to cross the plane. See, both feet are in and the ball's over the plane. There's no doubt in that one. But again, what a drive by John Taylor. Of course, he had a little help from his blockers and a little help from Joe Montana.
For the extra point then. Hofer hits it. The first Touchdown, the first extra point of the day, and it's 13-6 49ers.
Wherever you do business, the future is approaching at breakneck speed. And the road your business travels is constantly changing. But you can take advantage of change with the world's most comprehensive computing and communication services from EDS. EDS can help you be more competitive by focusing technology on business goals, by creating ways to improve quality and save time, by making everything work together. We can even help you manage it. You can't control change, but you can take advantage of change with EDS.
Next Saturday afternoon, Madden brings you a Super Bowl preview. Next Saturday night, he picks his all-Madden team. It's Madden from day till night next Saturday.
13-6, the 49ers lead it with 10:28 left in the third quarter.
Hey, Lawrence Taylor's talking about the rush, but that was Joe Montana had a little time. John Taylor is equally as dangerous as anyone in this league. Everson Walls, who's been a heck of a cornerback over the years, took a gamble, took an angle, and when he did, Taylor caught it. It was a touchdown.
Duerson and Meggett back deep.
But of course, John Taylor, started it all off. And it's usually a special teams play that will start it off. That's what Meggett is thinking of right now. Because that punt return to Taylor really gave the 49er life.
You could just see it pick him up. It will be Meggett at about the 4. And again, they do the job on special teams. Michael Walter down again. The touchdown again.
Let's watch it. Here's Taylor, and here's Walls. Now watch what happens at the point of the break. You see Walls is off. Now if we just stop it here, we'll see Taylor's coming here. Walls is okay here, but when he goes for that interception angle and Taylor catches it, there's no one there. See now the angle he takes right there by going for the interception, then he loses the whole thing. This has been a tough stadium for Everson Walls.
Indeed. First and 10 Giants from their own 21. Hostetler back to throw. Pass is caught by Ingram. And Ingram outside the 40. Tough stadium, yes. It was 9 years ago in this stadium in the NFC Championship game that we first got a glimpse of that 49er magic. You might remember this play.
Pickup sometime on the right side, possibly. Montana looking, throwing in the end zone. Caught it! Dwight Clark!
Everson Walls was the cornerback covering that day. Anderson over the left side, no gain. Maybe he got a couple. Kevin Fagan and Matt Millen there to make the stop.
And Everson Walls has never forgotten that one because they even have a name. That was Dwight Clark, of course, catching the ball, who still is with the 49ers and works for them, but they call that here in San Francisco the catch. That, of course, was a play that knocked the Cowboys out of the Super Bowl and put the 49ers in their first Super Bowl.
Walls reminds you that he intercepted 2 passes that day and also recovered a fumble. Here's Hostetler back to throw it. Screen pass to Anderson. Hit right at the 45. Everson, by the way, still has not forgotten that fateful day of the catch.
I still remember, what the feeling was when it happened. And I really can't say on TV what I said at the time. And I can be looking at that play when I'm sitting there with my kids, and if I throw my kid up in there and we're having fun, then all of a sudden the play comes on. I don't drop my kid. Life goes on is what I'm saying.
Indeed, life does go on. 3rd and 6. Hostetler out of the shotgun formation. Fake draw, and Hostetler comes out of there. Bavaro, incomplete, flag on the play. Ronnie Lott very nearly came up with the interception, but a penalty marker down.
You don't see that play a lot. That was a bootleg or waggle out of the shotgun. That's a play that the Giants have run a lot of, and Hostetler has run a lot of. But usually he's up under center, but they took the same idea.
Interference, number 43, defense. Automatic first down.
That's David Waymer called for pass interference.
And as we heard Jerry McBride said, you see the hands in the back right there on Bavaro. In fact, he's tackling Bavaro before the ball gets there. That's a lot. Almost got the interception. Dave Waymer tackled Mark Bavaro. And of course, that brings an automatic first down.
Giants now in 49er territory at the 46. Hostetler takes to Anderson. Looking for some place to go. Starts to scramble and gets back to about the line of scrimmage. Stopped by Burt.
That was a heck of a play by Jim Burt, because he really stretched out, and Burt can't stretch out much. I mean, Burt is kind of one of those short and squatty guys, and he gets a little rush. Just watch him on the rush and the play that he makes at the end. He starts here. Now Hostetler doesn't have a run. Now, if he start now, we just see him right there, number 64, making that little stretch out. Was the most Burt stretched in 3 years.
Especially with his uniform as tight as he keeps it. It's almost impossible to stretch. Hostetler back to throw. Had a man wide open. Maurice Carthon. Pass incomplete.
Well, that was a pretty good rush again by Jim Burt, who really helped. He took Bart Oates, the center, and just pushed him right back into Hostetler. Watch him take Oates. Watch him. See 65? He pushes him right there, and Hostetler couldn't step up and get everything on the ball. In fact, at the end of the play, he knocked him down. Just watch it straight up the middle here. 2 old friends, 2 old teammates. You see him, he's hitting, he hit right through it. He knocked Hostetler down.
Bart Oates was saying that his wife and Bert's wife usually watch the games together, but not today. Pass is complete to Bavaro. 13-yard gain, stopped by Romanowski and Davis, but first down Giants.
You know what the Giants used for a pep talk last night to get the team fired up? Supposedly, now I don't know if this is true or not, but the Giants said, and Bill Parcells said, that the 49ers have moved all their stuff down to Tampa. They have their desks, their offices, and they're all ready to go. And he said he heard about that, and then so that was his pep talk to the team last night. Hey, they think they're going to three-peat. We'll show them what a three-peat is.
Hand off to Anderson. Anderson hammers to the 30. Stopped by Fagan. Looked as if one of the 49ers might have been offsides or encroached, but he got back.
This is where the Giants are so tough. They just get the ball, even though the 49ers scored on one play. They just get the ball, methodically drive it down the field on you and take everything out of you. But as the defensive guys are thinking right there, they have to get it in the end zone. They have to score a touchdown.
2nd and 7 at the 30. Bill Parcells said, we like to make the game shorter, doing just what you said. This is Megan. And the toss left. And the pursuit from the 49ers is excellent. Larry Roberts and Michael Walter. Meggett got only a yard.
I think one thing, I think they have to go back to a little mixture down here. I think they have to throw some on first down. I think they have to use their play passes and bootlegs and, you know, and throw that, and even try and throw that fade again. Don't get away from that.
3rd and 6 situation for the Giants.
This is the area the Giants used to always go to Dave Meggett in this situation out of the backfield, but everyone has started double teaming him and making him go to other guys.
Ronnie Lott faking blitz. Hostetler fumbles and finally gets rid of the ball to Meggett. A two-handed shovel just at the last second. When it looked like he was fumbling, Darryl Pollard made the stop. Meggett got a yard after all that, and they'll have to settle. Or will they?
Yeah, I think they have to. I mean, it's too early in the game, and again, they're only down by 7, and I don't think you have any decision here because they really haven't been that successful. Again, I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but they haven't been successful in this area moving the ball, so you have to kick the field goal.
46 yards out. Line drive by Barr is good. He's 3 for 3, and it's 13-9 in the championship game.
What makes Sarkis Saganalian an expert on Saddam Hussein's guns and missiles? He sold them to him. Meet Saddam's personal arms dealer Sunday on 60 Minutes.
Pat Summerall with John Madden back at Candlestick Park, San Francisco. The NFC Championship game between the 49ers and Giants. 13-9 over on the sideline. It's 49ers.
That's what happens to a defensive lineman when you've been spending your whole day chasing a running quarterback. Defensive linemen hate to play against quarterbacks that run, and when they do, the oxygen bill goes higher.
Barr's kickoff sails into and through the end zone, so the 49ers start from the 20.
500 miles of the hottest raceway on earth, Daytona.
Nothing beats being a fan. Nothing beats the sound of cheers. Nothing beats clean, crisp, and cold. Nothing beats the king of beers. Yeah, nothing. Nothing beats a Bud. Yeah, nothing. Nothing beats a Bud. Nothing. Nothing beats a Budweiser. Ice cold Budweiser. Nothing beats a Bud.
The bigger-than-ever four-door Chevy S10 Blazer. Now America's best-loved sport utility vehicle gives you 4 doors and standard 4-wheel anti-lock brakes. The bigger-than-ever, better-than-ever 1991 four-door S10 Blazer. Open one up and see why more people are winning with
Heartbeat of America. Chevrolet.
Now it's easy to win with a heartbeat.
We built this business
to help you relax and unwind.
Built this business
to bring water to your home.
We built this business to build your life.
ITT built these businesses into leaders. We built them by taking care of people.
We built this business. We built this business to build your dreams. We built this business.
Tonight on CBS, stay tuned for 60 Minutes. If you think you've heard all there is to hear about Saddam Hussein, you haven't until you watch tonight's edition of 60 Minutes. What have they got that nobody else has got? Well, how about one of Saddam Hussein's bodyguards or his personal arms dealer? Plus 2 more stories that will stand your hair on end tonight on CBS on 60 Minutes. Craig goes in motion to the right. Montana goes back to throw. Gets it up the middle to Rice. Close to a first down. Stopped by Banks.
Now the 49ers are going no huddle. Trying to change the pace of this game. Trying to get a win right here.
First down. Under 4 minutes left.
Here is
in the
Barton
third
moves.
quarter. Yep.
Bill, right, you try it. Drives you nuts as a coach. You say, okay, let's do this. We're going to first down and we do it.
Offense.
And a
5
guard
yards,
moves.
First down.
That's why George Seifert's wearing that old gray sweatshirt. You know, you think of all the wear and apparel. How'd you pick that one out of the pile?
Matches his hair.
Yeah. You know, like, what am I going to wear today? Give me that old gray sweatshirt we got laying around here.
San Francisco's 8th penalty. 1st and 15. Blitz coming. Bangs after Montana. Rathman by Reasons. A gain of only 1. Here's Steve Young signaling in the plays to Montana. Again, no huddle.
George Seifert was saying that Steve Young has gotten better by not playing.
Montana flushed out of the pocket, and down he goes. Back at about the 19 by Taylor and Eric Howard.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're a veteran, and you see what happens. You see the guy coming here. You see Howard's going to come here, and you see Taylor's coming up on the top side. And watching your veteran quarterback, you say, well, what am I going to do right now? I don't have a chance. You better go down. Here's Taylor. He's been pretty quiet all day. He just makes a pretty good pass rush there on Steve Wallace. And once he gets the quarterback in his sights, he's going to get him.
3rd and 20. Montana this time with time throws it away. Walls might have gotten a hand on it. It was intended for Taylor. And the 49ers will have to punt with 2 minutes and 38 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter.
And see, that time Walls was the safety, because in the nickel, what they do is they bring in Perry Williams. He plays a corner. Then Walls goes in behind him and plays the safety.
Barry Helton in to do the punting. That was the other 49er kicker a moment ago, Kofor. A good luck sign, I guess. Good kick by Helton. Meggett retreats to his own 27. Meggett out of bounds at the 45 by Romanowski. 52-yard punt. 17-yard return. 13-9, the 49ers lead. After 60 minutes tonight, it'll be Murder, She Wrote, followed by Lonesome Dove, Part 1. Right now, the NFC Championship game. Giants have the ball, their own 45, trailing 13-9. To Anderson, and O.J. gets into 49er territory, stopped by Millen and Lott.
Yeah, that may be the thing. We remember the touchdown the 49ers got. It was a punt return by Taylor, got him good field position, and boom, then they hit the long pass to John Taylor. Now the Giants got a pretty good return and good field position inside the 50, and the thing again that still has to be haunting them, they can get the ball down there. Can they get it in for a touchdown?
2nd and 1 right now at the 49er 46. Hostetler going for the bunch. Incomplete, intended for Ingram, no flags. Darryl Pollard back there with him.
Hey, Darryl Pollard has held up well today. Everyone works. They kind of stay away from Griffin and the other side. And if they're going to work the deep one, the ups, they always work it on Pollard. Well, they've been doing it all year. Now they're in the championship game. He probably has more experience covering these than anyone else.
And that'll get you better. Just the work.
Well,
3rd and short.
Too. You know, if they're going to look for someone, they look for Pollard.
Anderson behind Hostetler. Gets the carry. Got the first down and more. O.J. Anderson. Stiff arms Ronnie Lott. Out of bounds inside the 20.
You know, the amazing thing, Dave Waymer was right there up on the line of scrimmage. The strong safety was up there, and O.J. Anderson Anderson ran right by him. Watch, here he is right here. Here's Waymer here. O.J.'s going to take the ball and go pew right by him. Now, I don't know what held Waymer. Look, he's the outside guy. He comes up, no one blocks him. O.J. runs right by him.
27 yards for O.J. Anderson. Lott knocked him out of bounds. 1st and 10 Giants.
And Lott got to kick him in the head.
Fake is to Carthon. The handoff is to Meggett. Takeoff on the option play, no gain. Darryl Pollard up to hit him.
That was the old college option, but if you notice in the NFL, the quarterbacks pitch the ball a lot quicker than they do in college. It was a fake, and then he came down. He got rid of that option. That's the kind of quarterback tells the coach, yeah, you can call it. I'm not going to run it.
Clock running.
Bill Parcells doesn't want another play. He, again, wants to shorten the game. He doesn't want another play this quarter.
The Giants, with that long run by Anderson, went to 105-yard rushing. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. The 49ers 13, the Giants 9. Our coverage will continue after this message and then a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. 13-9 at Candlestick.
News Weather Hotline, your personal weather forecast.
God bless you, GIs. And again, if there are further developments in the Persian Gulf, come back safe. That's a development that would be certainly welcome. But if there are, CBS News will stay on top of it, and we'll switch back to them. Beautiful day in San Francisco. Temperature in the 60s, bright sunshine. Wind has picked up just a little bit, and now it's at the back of the Giants. Anderson, the lone setback behind Hostetler. Howard Cross was the man in motion. Hostetler looks to throw, has it batted away. Just in case it might have been a lateral.
This is the thing. The Giants have to score a touchdown here. I mean, they don't have to, but if they're going to go to the Super Bowl, that's what they need. They need a touchdown here, and they have to be thinking about that. You know, that they haven't scored in so long inside this 20 against this team.
They got 3 field goals, but no touchdowns. 3rd and 10 at the 19. Hostetler will operate out of the spread formation. Meggett goes in motion. Batted down by the 49ers, and one more time they'll have to settle for a field goal. Pierce Holt got the big hand up to knock it down.
Well, on one play it's Carter, and the next play it's Pierce Holt. And again, they're keeping containment. You see where Hostetler has no place to run, and then they're pushing the pocket in the middle and then getting his hands. And it's like putting a fence around him and a fence in front of him.
This time from 37 yards for Barr. That's no good. Looked as if he was in too much of a hurry. Still 13-9.
All right, sports fans, I'm MC Hammer, and next Saturday right here on CBS Sports, it's the All Madden team, and you know you can't touch that. Yeah.
Did he make the team?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you know, we've never had Hammers on the team, but you never know what's going to be on the team, and it has to be ready because it's going to be on next Saturday night at 9 o'clock. So we have to be getting ready, and we're not there yet. We don't have them all together, but we're just kind of gathering, we're calling it, gathering the team together.
13-9, the 49ers. Here's Montana back to throw it. In front of Walls this time, and complete to Rice. A gain of 14.
Jeff Hostetler has really done an excellent job after Phil Simms went down of taking this team and bringing it through and then getting it to into the playoffs and playing today. And the thing, he's having the same problem with his 49er defense today that Phil Simms had with it on a Monday night. Phil Simms can attest to that this 49er defense is one tough defense.
1st and 10, San Francisco. The handoff is to Craig. Roger Craig outside the 40. Wrapped up by Pepper Johnson. A pickup of 7 yards.
See, now is where the 49ers would like to get their running game. You know, they really don't have a running game and haven't had one all year, but there are certain times, there's Mike Holmgren, the offensive coordinator, and as he knows, there are certain times that you have to be able to run. And one of these times is getting close at hand, the end of the game, when you have one, to run time off the clock.
That was their longest run of the day. 7 yards by Craig. 2nd and 3. The Giants blitz quickly. Craig, I don't know. Incomplete. Hit by Greg Jackson. Recovered by Lawrence Taylor. Incomplete pass.
Well, I'll tell you, that was more than a hit by Greg Jackson. I mean, that knocked everything out of Craig. Watch that. He comes up here. As he catches the ball, watch 47 hit and make that play. Whoa.
You notice that the Giants are all wearing yellow armbands. That in honor of our servicemen and women in the Persian Gulf. 3rd and 3. Here's Montana, and a flag on the play. He saw he was about to be sacked and just tucked it away.
I think it was probably motion or
Full
movement.
start, number 77, offense.
That's what it was. It was movement against Bubba Paris. So what happens is the whistle blows. Bubba is the end man up here, and he moves before the ball snaps. Now, the minute that he moves, then the officials blow the whistle. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't say, that's not right. He didn't move. Bubba hasn't moved. These guys have some phantom calls out there.
Really?
That's the 3rd one. They called one on McIntyre where he didn't move, and they called poor old Bubba didn't move.
If anybody moved then, it was McIntyre next to Bubba.
Yeah, I have no idea where they've got a couple of these calls today.
That was Sherrard in motion. Montana chased by Taylor, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Rice. Montana will limp off.
And looks, it was one of the things that he saw Taylor coming. You know, when a guy comes from the backside, you know, it's the tough one. But watch him. Here comes Taylor from the left side, but right into Montana's face. You see when Montana looked? He looked down and he saw Taylor there. Taylor beating Steve Wallace, and he said, I better get rid of this one.
I think as Taylor went by, he kicked Montana in the knee unintentionally. Steve Young gets up. Meggett back deep for the Giants. Helton to punt it. Not his best. Meggett will handle. And taken down by Romanowski. 35-yard punt. A 7-yard return.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football Conference Championship game is sponsored by Toyota and its quality line of cars and trucks. Toyota, I love what you do for me. AT&T, the right choice. And by Federal Express for documents, packages, and freight worldwide. Absolutely, positively the best in the business.
The NFC Championship game at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. 13-9. The 49ers lead. The Fuji blimp furnishing those wonderful shots of San Francisco, the Bay Area, and Candlestick. To make it. Hit hard after a couple of yards by Darryl Pollard. Montana, we are informed, Got kicked in the knee, but will return.
Well, you know, we're getting into the area where Montana's at his best. You know, when you get to the end of something, whether it be the end of the half or the end of the game, and they need a drive, there's no one better than the master, and that's Joe Montana.
2nd and 8. Giants have the ball at their own 39-yard line. Hostetler back to throw it. Pass is caught by Ingram. First down, Giants in 49er territory. Waymer made the stop, a pickup of 14.
Yeah, they've done a pretty good job of finding that area, but on that play, Pat, Jeff Hostetler got hit after he throws that, and he is still down. They've been finding that area of the zone. Hostetler got hit after he threw the ball, and he's not getting up.
Matt Cavanaugh is the backup quarterback for the Giants. He got hit on the left knee just as he let that ball go. There's Cavanaugh.
Imagine a rent-a-car company that offers special delivery right to your door. That's Enterprise.
Here, let me help you.
And remember, when you return the car, Enterprise will be glad to drop you home. Enterprise, a special rent-a-car company that gives you special delivery.
On January 27th, witness the most amazing performance in football history. One superstar will suit up and play his heart out. The legendary Ray Charles.
You got the right one, baby. Tune in and pay attention to which team I'm playing for and get a chance to become one of 3 millionaires. You got the right one, baby.
There's a car moving into the pits. Let's go down to Dan Hawk. Dan?
Toyota Celica GT, Jim. Now, what's the reason for the pit stop, Chief?
We're adding air conditioning, cruise control, AM, FM, stereo, cassette, power windows, power door locks. Guys, don't forget the floor mat.
Rear spoiler, too?
Yep, you got it. The works.
All these options at a savings of up to $800. What do you think?
I always wanted a Celica. I heard about the offer. I'm on TV.
All this when you buy a new Celica GT?
That's right, Jim. Back to you.
The Emmy-winning saga that electrified America. Take part in this unique television event. Relive the legend of Lonesome Dove tonight.
13-9, the 49ers lead the Giants with 12:07 left to play. Here's what happened to Jeff Hostetler.
Well, it was Jim Burt, the old New York Giant. He's going to come straight up the middle. Watch 64 right there, and he hits Hostetler right on the left knee.
And Jeff Hostetler is still down. And now up. And Matt Cavanaugh, in the meantime, is getting instructions from the Giant coaching staff.
See, here's Jim Burt. He's going to push right here and come right up and get Hostetler right in this point. He's a nose tackle. He starts over. He's playing over Bart Oates. He comes to Oates' left, gets a little help right there, gets squeezed, and runs right between the center and the right guard. He just split Bart Oates and Eric Moore.
Hostetler walking a little bit better the closer he got to the sideline, but Cavanaugh is now up under the center. He gets to Anderson, right side for a couple. Maybe just a yard, stopped again by Burt.
Yeah, we were talking last night to Bill Parcells about Matt Cavanaugh. And, you know, knowing that he's the only other quarterback, and he says, well, he's a crafty old vet. You know, he's played for 13 years, and one of the teams that Cavanaugh played for, of course, was this 49er team, so he has a pretty good sense of what they do. And the Giants have had success playing the 49ers. They played them tough on defense. They can move the ball against them, but again, they get down there and they can't get it in inside the 20. So maybe Matt Cavanaugh will have a shot at doing it now.
That's Carthon on the move. to throw. And that was a rusty hinge.
Yeah, I think so. That was a 13-year-old hinge that hasn't played in about 11 years. And it looks like on the Giants sideline that they're doing everything to try to get Hostetler back so that they can get him back in there. You know, the one thing that would take away, even if they could get him back in there, he wouldn't be able to run. He wouldn't be able to do those. He wouldn't have those bootlegs and waggles and stuff.
3rd and 8. Kavanaugh. No shotgun. He's up under the center. 49ers have 10 people up on the line of scrimmage. And the blitz for a while had Kavanaugh. Flag on the play. He scrambled away from the first wave.
I'll tell you, there's going to be a lot of words after this game about Jim Burt, because the Giants come in feeling, you know, he used to play for him, and you know, and that he has gone after someone's knees. I thought that was a legitimate play.
Use of the hands, number 66, offense. Penalty decline.
He's still explaining what he did and how it went, but that could have been the play. I mean, that could have been the defensive play, is Jim Burt's pass rush.
Well, you think back a few years ago when he was with the Giants. Remember, it was Jim Burt that hit Joe Montana and injured his back.
And knocked Joe Montana out of the game. Remember, that was in the Meadowlands in New York. He knocked him out.
Landetta's kick hangs high, and Taylor signals fair catch at the 23. 32-yard punt. 13-9. They're still working on Hostetler. Tonight on CBS, all starts with 60 Minutes, followed by Murder, She Wrote. Then take part in a major television event, Lonesome Dove, the epic story of America's heroes as they met the challenges of the Old West. Lonesome Dove Part 1 returns to CBS tonight. Word from the Giants is that Hostetler has a slight hyperextension of the left knee, is and should be able to return.
I don't know about that. I mean, they got 3 guys that are still looking at that to determine if he's going to return or not. I think they're doing everything they can on the sideline to get him to return. In fact, you see Bill Parcells is even in there asking, you know, can you go? Can you go? The 2 doctors, the trainers, everyone watching him.
Hostetler 13 out of 23 for 144 yards before he left. The whole offense, obviously, since Sims went down, built around the mobility and abilities of Jeff Hostetler. If something happened to Kavanaugh, Hostetler can't come back. And something happened to Kavanaugh, it would be Tillman who'd take over the quarterbacking duty.
Well, I think when you're talking about the 4th quarter and 10 minutes to go, unless you get into an overtime or something, they're going to be able to finish this game with the combination of Kavanaugh and Hostetler. I think the big thing now is Hostetler's the guy who has the reps and has the game plan. Can they do enough now to get him back in the game?
Montana to Craig. Tripped up by Reasons. No gain. Mark Collins up with an assist.
This is where the...
Excuse me, John, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, this is where the defense of the Giants really have to come through. I mean, they've led the league in turnovers, and if ever you're going to make something happen, if you're ever going to come up with a defensive play that's going to be a turnover, whether it's a tackle, it's a tip, it's a bounce, it's something, the Giant defense may have to be the ones that do it.
2nd and 10. 49ers from their own 23. Lead 15-9. Montana back to throw it. Pass incomplete. Intended for Taylor. Pepper Johnson right with him.
Now, this is a good situation to get that turnover. 3rd and long. That's usually when you get them. You usually get them on 3rd and long when they have to force the ball down the field. Now, Montana's smart enough. He's not going to give you. You might get one, but he's not going to give you an easy one. And if the defense doesn't get it here, they have to stop him and then hope to get a big punt return from Dave Megan.
Hostetler continues to loosen up behind the Giant bench. Here's Montana, long time in the pocket, but chased out, finally hit from behind. The ball's loose, and turnover maybe. I hear him say red ball. That's 49er ball. And Montana is still on his hands and knees.
I'll tell you, and that is the one we know about Joe Montana. We know about his back, and he really took a shot in that back. Although he was rolling to his right, it was still his backside.
Steve Wallace made the recovery for San Francisco. Montana with all kinds of time early.
Well, watch it here, but it was good defense downfield. He had no one to throw to. They knocked him out of the rhythm. Then you see Taylor miss, and right there as he hit Leonard Marshall coming from the backside.
Boy.
Yeah, and I have no idea how Mark Collins missed that ball. But watch Marshall come from behind here, puts his helmet right between his shoulder blades. But watch Mark Collins here. He has this interception. Here comes 25. I mean, the fumble recovery, and he whiffs it.
Right there.
Well, that was a big play for the 49ers. Collins missing and Wallace getting.
That almost was that turnover that you were talking about.
And George Seifert, I think right now, is more concerned about his quarterback, because that is a real shot. Joe Montana missed practice on Friday and Saturday with the flu, so he's a little weakened. But even if he hadn't missed practice, you can't take shots like that. He is still down.
Usually he has that sense of when someone is coming from the other side. In this case, there's no way he could have seen Marshall.
Well, I think he was trying to get away from Taylor. Remember, Lawrence Taylor was the first guy there. He was trying to avoid him. And then in doing so, Leonard Marshall got him from behind.
It'll bring up 49ers 4th down and 4 from their own 29. 9 minutes and 41 seconds remain. San Francisco leading 13-9.
I don't know, what part they're checking. If they're checking the back, you remember that Joe Montana had back surgery a couple years ago and came back and played that same season. And since that time, of course, has been the best quarterback in all of football.
Steve Young is his backup, and he brings another element. Here is what happened to Montana.
Well, if we can stop it here, we can see good Giant defense. You see they have everything covered. They're bumping here. They got a man on everyone. The only thing he has is something short here that he doesn't look at. But that is good zone defense here, and that's what throws him out of his rhythm. Now you see everything is covered. Now he has to get out of there to buy some time. Now watch here. He avoids Taylor, and Marshall gets him. You see over there, you look at the side that he's running to, everything is covered. See, Collins has good defense there, good coverage. Guyton is good coverage. Everyone is covered. There's no one for him to throw to, so he has to take the hit.
Montana up. But Woozy, no doubt about that. Still feeling the effects. Hostetler, in the meantime, up on the other sideline and will probably come back when the Giants get the ball. Megan back deep, and Helton on it. Have to let it bounce. Now Megan Pickett fields it in the last second and gets back to where it bounced. 35-yard punt by Helton. Giants have all 3 of their timeouts left. The 49ers have 2. Hostetler trotting back, and he doesn't look as if he's hurting. On the other side, they still check Montana. 1st and 10, Giants, their own 38. 49ers lead by 4 points. Anderson, nothing doing. Maybe he got a couple of yards with that last surge.
You know, I think somewhere, Pat, here to win this game, I think the Giants have to go back to that game plan they started with today. And the one they started with last week against the Bears is that you have to loosen this defense up on 1st down. The 49er defense is really tightening up on them, and I think they have to give them some 1st down pass or play pass.
2nd and 7. Anderson got 3. Hostetler back to throw, chased out of the pocket quickly, and now he comes out of there. Maybe he didn't lose all that mobility.
That is amazing. They carry the guy off with a knee, and I thought that they were just trying to get him well enough to be able to hand off and drop back and throw, and he looks like whatever it was, he's fully recovered because he ran well on that play.
He got 6 yards, so they still need 1 for a 1st down. And they'll go with 3 tight ends. Montana still in need of medical attention in front of the 49er bench, or on the 49er bench. 3rd and 1. Big 1st down here, a big 3rd down. What they need is the 1st down. Anderson doesn't get it. Michael Carter. A loss of a yard. They'll have to punt.
That is tough to do when they are bunched up like that. I thought they were going to run left. I have no idea why they're running right here, but it's tough. They got to get away from Michael Carter. Watch Carter. He makes a big play. He runs around and comes right back down that line of scrimmage. Sometimes you feel he's just too big and strong for the Giant offensive line.
4th and 2, and they'll have to punt. Landeta to Taylor. Fake punt, and it's going to work. It's Reasons. Reasons streaking down to inside the 25. 1st down and much, much more.
That's the call they needed. That's the play they needed. They needed something to get him out of this. Bill Parcells came up with it. Probably in the history of the game, Bill Parcells has to be the biggest gambler on 4th down. Watch it, just to snap to Reasons. Good, turn in, turn out. Boom, what a hole there. The only guy there is the safety, who was a return man, John Taylor, and he makes a pretty good tackle.
And if he doesn't, that's 6.
And again, the Giants get back to this area where they've had trouble.
1st and 10, Giants at the 49er 24. Handoff is to Anderson to about the 22. Tina Turner and Pierce Holt make the stop.
I'll tell you, this is what you call fighting to get to a Super Bowl. I mean, everyone is down there for every yard. The offense, the defense, the quarterbacks fighting to get well. You know, knowing that at the end of this game, the winners fly to Tampa, Florida. The losers, they forget them.
Montana still dazed, sitting on the 49er bench. 2nd down, 7 for the Giants at the 21. They trail by 4 points. Fake this time to Anderson. Hostetler has to run away from Haley and get rid of the ball and throw it out of bounds. The report we get on Montana is the doctors want him to stay right where he is, because the report from the 49er bench is that every everything hurts.
I think the doctor just wants to mobilize them, just wants them to stay mobile and then just check the different parts.
3rd and 7. Every part. That's a lot to check. Meggett goes in motion. Hostetler passes incomplete. Johnny Jackson got a hand on it. Meggett, I think the intended receiver. And here comes Barr.
And again, the Giants get the ball down there, but they can't get the touchdown. You talk about frustrating for a coach. He did his part. They went for it on that 4th down with the punt to give him a chance, but just either their offense can't do it or the 49er defense is just very strong there.
38 yards for Barr. And it's a 1-point game. 13-12, the 49ers lead with 5:47 left to play.
And you can't ask for a better championship game than this. You can't think about the what-ifs. You can't think about the one that Barr missed. Had he made it, they'd be ahead now. You can't think about Carthon doing that. You can't think about Joe Montana. You have to think that this is it. There's 5 minutes, 47 seconds left to go. You're 1 point down one side, or you're 1 point up on the other side, and you have 5 minutes and a half to do something about it.
And the winner of this game makes the trip to Tampa, to the Super Bowl, the silver anniversary Super Bowl, to play Buffalo 51-3 over the Raiders. Gregory Hines applauding.
And there's not a lot of Giant fans here in San Francisco, but we did see some of them at the hotel yesterday. And talking about that, the Giants defense has a different game plan for Steve Young. They had a game plan for Montana. Now they kick into a different game plan if Steve Young comes in.
Barr's kickoff to Dexter Carter at the 1. He gets one excellent block and is down at the 20-yard line by Bobby Abrams. Earlier today, the Bills ran roughshod over the Los Angeles Raiders 51-3. They await the outcome of this game to see who they'll face next week. Remember, no week off. Young, the quarterback, a dangerous runner. Craig, and he stopped after a little gain and lost the football. Dig it out of there and see who got it.
This is what the Giants are good at, and you can tell in this 4th quarter they've been going after the ball every play.
Taking a while to get it out of there. Find out who does have it. Still have it.
Oh, you can't get any tighter than this. And I don't know. See it here. They say his knee is down, or they had a judge that his knee was down before the ball comes out of there. I tell you, that is real defense.
49ers line up quickly to run another play, but Jerry Markbright says, wait a minute. They want to have another look at that.
You know, there hasn't been a turnover in today's game, but I'll tell you one thing, they are sure going for him. Now watch here. We'll see when the ball comes out. The knee is down. Now the ball comes out. So the knee was down before the ball came out, and I think the whistle probably blew too.
I heard a whistle. I don't know if it was the right one or not, but they're going to run another play right now. Here's Young. To Brent Jones, and a big first down. 25-yard gain for the 49ers. Close to midfield.
The defense the Giant plays, that two zone, where you double rotate on both sides, it does leave you vulnerable in the middle. But Bill Belichick thought that Jones couldn't do anything about it. He thought that Carl Banks could help him, could handle him.
Jones gets rest. Jamie Williams takes his place. They run in that direction to Roger Craig. Craig scrambles to the Giant 45, a gain of 6, stopped by Jackson and Guyton. 13-12, and now we're near the 4-minute mark. The 49ers lead by a point. Joe Montana still dazed.
Yeah, but Steve Young came in for him and made that play. You wonder why you pay a backup quarterback $1 million? That pass to Brent Jones could be the reason.
They'll let as much time as they can run off that clock. 2nd and 4. 13-12, the 49ers by a point. To Craig. San Francisco. A gain of 6, just the kind of they needed and wanted. Fox made the stop.
Yeah, I saw Roger Craig in the locker room and just before the game, and he had, you know, that big look of excitement that this was a big game, and he hadn't done a lot this year. It hadn't been a Roger Craig year, but he was saying that he felt as good today as he's felt all year.
And that's the 49ers' first rushing first down today.
Yeah, but if you're only going to have one, what a time to have it.
And the clock continues to tick off those precious seconds. 1st and 10. Craig again hit behind the line of scrimmage, and the Giants have the ball. Lawrence Taylor out of the pack with the ball. That's the first turnover today.
And you knew that the Giants were going for it, and that's what Bill Parcells is saying. Yep, we need it. So who should get it? Lawrence Taylor, number 56. They want a trap play. Now watch, the ball just pops out the side. The ball's just popped out before Taylor gets here. He doesn't take it away. The ball was coming out. He just caught it in the air.
He was hit by Eric Howard, and it was Howard who knocked the ball loose. And so the Giants take over with 2:36 left to play, trailing by a point.
That's the big thing. The Giants don't have to get in and score a touchdown now.
Here's Hostetler chased out of the pocket. Chased by Burt. Pass is caught by Bavaro. Bavaro fighting for yardage. Johnny Jackson made the stop, a gain of 19, a great throw by Hostetler. Those of you expecting to see 60 minutes, you're watching the NFC Championship game on CBS between the Giants and the 49ers, with the winner advancing to the Super Bowl number 25. I'm Pat Summerall along with John Madden. Our score is 13-12, the 49ers by a point. Again, 60 minutes will be seen immediately following the postgame show. 2 minutes left. 13-12. 49ers lead the Giants.
Get ready for some good news. Good sports shines. Farrah and Ryan make a winning combination. It's CBS's First Down.
This is round 1.
Good sports after Murphy Brown.
The score by quarters, nothing but field goal for the Giants. 1 touchdown. 1st and 10, Giants on the 49ers 38. They have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. The 49ers have 2. Hostetler, injured but back. Sent O.J. Anderson thrown for a loss by Kevin Fagan.
Joe Montana's up, Pat. We see him walking there in the sideline, but he is walking awfully gingerly.
Boy, is he.
But he doesn't look like he's going to walk to get to play. But I'll tell you, that was a big play, that last one by Kevin Fagan. The Giants were moving here. Kevin Fagan, maybe the most underrated player on this team, came up with a big play right there.
That play was out of sync from the beginning. cushion man got tangled up in the play, and Hostetler back to throw it. Scrambles right, throws right, caught and out of bounds. Inside the 30 by Stephen Baker. Darrell Pollard, the nearest 49er defender.
And Pollard is given too much cushion. Watch, he gets there, he's running stride by stride, but he keeps going. In fact, maybe Baker pushed him a little. Pollard was yelling that he was pushed on that play, and they were going side by side, and I was wondering where the cushion came from. Maybe little Stephen Baker pushed Darrell Pollard to cause the cushion.
3rd and 1. He came back a little too far. Timeout, Giants.
Well, they need the perfect play here, Pat, because if they kick it, it would be a 47-yard field goal. That's right in Matt Barr's range, but I think that they would love to get a first down, take some time off the clock here, too.
Those of us and those of you who might have just joined, to summarize what happened, San Francisco first a field goal to take a 3-0 lead, tied by the Giants' Barr from 28 yards away. Then the Giants went ahead 6-3 on a 42-yarder by Barr. 6-6. The 49ers again by Kofor. Then the touchdown from Montana to Taylor. 49ers went ahead 13-9, and then Barr again from 46 yards out. And then Barr again from 38 yards out to make it, as it is now, 13-12 with a minute and 10 seconds remaining. 3rd and short. They go left side, and Anderson lunges for the first down. Matt Millen and Ronnie Lott made the stop, but he got it.
You know, that's going to be a big first down, because not only does it give the Giants some more downs to get closer for Matt Barr to kick the field goals, gives them an opportunity also to score with a touchdown, but it also is going to take some time off the clock that the Giants could almost guarantee that the 49ers don't get the ball back.
And they take a timeout, the Giants. Anderson got the first down. This game is presented by authority of the National Football League. This telecast intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of CBS, the New York Giants, the 49ers, and the National Football League is prohibited. I'm sorry, it was not a timeout. And now the 49ers take a timeout. George Seifert very upset about something.
40-second timeout.
I think that after the Giants got the first down, they didn't want a timeout. Of course, they want the clock to run. And now once they have the timeout, now the 49ers have to take their timeout.
So they have only one left as a result.
Yeah, I would think the Giants want to save their one for the field goal. You want to be able to stop the clock to kick a field goal if you have to.
Rarely do you see George Seifert that upset.
There will be no charge timeout for either team.
And now he won his argument. No charge timeout for either team.
Yeah, I think that all had to do with the measurement. You know, was it a first down or not? And then they were taking time for the measurement, and they thought it was a timeout.
In the meantime, they sneak some seconds off the clock. Let's see if they rechange that now.
What the coaches are yelling there is bootleg. In other words, watch out for Hostetler faking to the backs going one way and him going the other way.
If they had to kick a field goal right now, it would be 45 yards for Matt Barr. Start that clock. First and 10 at the 49er 27 for the Giants. Hostetler takes a good look. Lott up showing blitz. The handoff is to Anderson. And O.J. to the 25. Stopped by Romanowski. He scrambled for 2 yards. The clock continues to run.
You know what I would do if I were the Giants? I'd take a shot at a pass. The 49er defense is just all up there on the line of scrimmage, Pat. And it just looks like if you're going to, you always have a shot that you can take the thing. But look at this 49er defense. They got all 11 guys right up here, and you could really sneak something deep here, I think. I mean, go a play pass and try and sneak someone deep. Take a shot at the touchdown. If you don't get it, you can always come back at the field goal, because the 49ers are just all up there to stop the run.
This is a Giant timeout. They have 1 left with 12 seconds left to play. The NFC Championship game with the emphasis on championship.
Well, there's the guy who got the fumble that started this drive, but the guy who caused the fumble was Eric Howard, the old nose tackle. You know, those old nose tackles don't get a heck of a lot of talk about, but Eric Howard, if the Giants go on and win here, Eric Howard made the biggest play of his life on that fumble.
And you're right, the Giants are going to run another play. And it's a quarterback sneak by Hostetler to try to get Barr just a little bit closer. A yard more, and now with 4 seconds left, the Giants call their last timeout. And it all goes on his shoulders. He hurt his neck last week making a tackle against the Bears, and there was doubt early in the week whether or not he'd be the kicker or not.
They don't even want to look.
It could be an eternity for Matt Barr if he should miss, and he'd never know he got on the airplane if he makes it. Timeout 49ers. Let him think about it a little bit.
Also lets the coach think about it. Lets the rest of the players. But you notice, Pat, how they always leave the kicker alone? The Giant offense is up there all by themselves on the line of scrimmage, and Matt Barr is about 5 yards back. No one ever gets. These guys are off on the sidelines. The team that is going to block for Barr is on the line of scrimmage, and Matt Barr is off by himself.
That is a lonely world, believe me.
In fact, he's inched up a little closer to him. He was about 10 yards away from him, and now he's kind of inched up where he wants some friends. But Matt Barr's a veteran. You know, I mean, he's a guy, he wrote on a book for me one time. He signed a guest book, and he wrote journeyman kicker, 13-year veteran, so he's been in a lot of these situations.
He also wrote one time, I'm not just a kicker, I'm a player. And the kick is good. There will be no three-peat. The Giants win it 15-13.
Congratulations.
5 field goals by Matt Barr. They still couldn't conquer the red zone, but they beat the 49ers.
You know, and the hero, or one of the heroes, of course, we know is Matt Barr.
These yellow bands are for the troops over there.
And there's his reaction.
If he can force a reaction.
Well, remember last week he got injured. They didn't even know if he'd be eligible to play this week or be able to play this week. Here's the coach. Here's one happy, deserving coach. Here's a bunch who had an answer. And it all started with an old nose tackle, number 74, who forced a fumble.
So many, many big plays. Once again, the final score here in San Francisco. The Giants win at 15-13. You're watching CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League. Stay tuned for the NFL Today postgame show with the George Halas Trophy presentation.
Diet Coke presents Crack the Code for Real Refreshment.
January, we got a call from distraught store owners.
They just came in and bought out all of our Diet Coke.
Relax, sir. They're just trying to crack the code for real refreshment.
Crack the code?
Game, ma'am. You get these game pieces with specially marked packages of Diet Coke. Then crack the code during the Super Bowl. There's a million prizes, even...
Million?
How'd you guess?
Crack the code for real refreshment. Diet Coke. With 100% NutraSweet.
The Denorex side really feels like it's doing a lot more than the Head & Shoulders side. It feels real cool and tingly over here.
Both have a dandruff ingredient, but Denorex adds an extra anti-itch medicine you can feel working.
The tingle told me that Denorex was doing more for my hair.
Before I switched from Tylenol to Advil, I did my homework. I found that doctors have recommended Advil over 50 million times. I don't take just any medicine, but I do take Advil. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
Welcome home, America, to the biggest Dodge truck sale ever. We're dropping the cost of owning the Dodge truck you want. Save up to $4,200 on full-size Dodge pickups, up to $3,700 on Dodge Dakotas, and up to $4,370 on Ram vans. It's the largest total savings ever available on these Dodge trucks, with prices starting under $7,500. So drop in to the biggest Dodge truck sale ever. Drop into your Dodge dealer now.
What's your name? Where you from?
Not a question.
She's changed her name, her looks, her life, all to escape the most dangerous man she ever met, her husband.
Where is she? This is our last chance. I can't live without you, and I won't let you live without me.
Julia Roberts, Sleeping with the Enemy. Rated R. Starts Friday, February 8th at theaters everywhere.
The television event that electrified America is back.
Hell, they be writing songs about us for 100 years.
Take part in this unique television experience. Relive the legend.
They say you started the first cattle ranch up in Montana. They say you're a man of vision.
America returns to Lonesome Dove tonight.
And as we all look down on Candlestick Park, the Giants' prayers were answered, and they upset the 49ers 15-13. And hi, everybody. What a football game. Pat O'Brien along with Terry Bradshaw. And now the New York Giants play another New York team, the Buffalo Bills. And who do you like in that matchup?
Yeah, right. That's me right off the bat. I was impressed extremely well with Hostetler and Shakura. And Pat and Barr coming back with 5 field goals today and winning on the road. Giants defense. But I'm watching that Buffalo team today, and I've never seen an offensive machine, and they're hot. Kelly's hot, great receivers, outstanding defense. And right now, if you just asked me, and you just did, I would have to say Buffalo.
All right, Terry, thank you. Let's remind everybody about our lineup here on CBS tonight. It begins with 60 Minutes. And then later tonight, Lonesome Dove returns to CBS. Robert Duvall, Tommy Lee Jones, Danny Glover, and Angelica Houston lead an all-star cast. Right now, we have a special report from CBS News, and let's go directly to Dan Rather in New York City. Dan?
Thanks, Pat. Terry, what a game. Here are the headlines from the war. Iraqi Scuds tear towards Saudi Arabian targets. Iraq shows American prisoners of war. Bad weather hampers Allied bombing raids. Now some details. Iraq fired at least 10 Scud missiles on targets in Saudi Arabia, at least four, toward the huge U.S. base in Dhahran. The other 6 minimum missiles aimed at the capital city of Riyadh. But U.S. Patriot missiles, ground-to-air defensive missiles, may have continued their remarkable record. It appears that they may have brought down at least 8 of the Scuds. Iraqi television showed interviews with American POWs. In his first broadcast speech of the war, Saddam Hussein said prisoners would be treated humanely, and he vowed to step up the fighting. And weather problems, cloud cover and fog, are slowing the Allied air raids on Iraqi targets. Dan Rather in New York. Stay tuned for a special Persian Gulf War edition of 60 Minutes following the NFL post-game coverage. Now back to Pat Big Finish O'Brien in San Francisco. Pat?
All right, thank you, Dan. CBS newsman Dan Rather reporting live from New York City. Our score here, the Giants 15, San Francisco 13. Coming up, the presentation of the George S. Halas Trophy. Greg Gumbel will have that from the winner's locker room. We come back from Candlestick Park right after this. Stay with us.
When you rent from Hertz in Florida, you get more than a great car at a great rate. The real bargain is the company behind the car. Because whatever it takes to make your vacation go smoothly, Hertz is there to make it happen. From emergency road service that's as close as a phone to free unlimited mileage. Wherever you roam, when it costs this little for an Escort in Florida, wouldn't you feel better with Hertz behind you?
Hertz, we're America's wheels. On January 27th, witness the most amazing performance in football history. One superstar will suit up and play his heart out. The legendary Ray Charles.
You got the right one, baby. Tune in and pay attention to which team I'm playing for and get a chance to become one of 3 millionaires. You got the right one, baby.
Call Pizza Hut Delivery now for the pepperoni pizza deal. Get as many medium pepperoni pizzas as you want for just $5.99 each. So what are you waiting for?
Change for the better. Change for the better. Pizza Hut Delivery, making it great.
To unlock your body's potential, we proudly offer Soloflex. 24 old-fashioned iron-pumping exercises, each correct in form and balance. All on a simple machine that fits in the corner of your home. For a free brochure, call anytime.
Question: how can you help stop America's growing dependence on foreign oil? Carpool. It can save 7.5 million gallons of gasoline a day. Let's put our energy into saving it.
What makes Sarkis Saganalian an expert on Saddam Hussein's guns and missiles? He sold them to him. Meet Saddam's personal arms dealer Sunday on 60 Minutes.
Lawrence Taylor of the Giants is just one of a happy band of New York Giants, understandably, back here at Candlestick Park, where the Giants have beaten the San Francisco 49ers by a score of 15-13, and by virtue of that win, they win a trip to Tampa next Sunday against the Buffalo Bills in Super Bowl 25. Welcome back to San Francisco, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel. Let me introduce the people up here to you. Giants head coach Bill Parcells, and with the NFC Championship comes the George S. Halas Trophy. That will be awarded by Mr. Ed McCaskey, chairman of the board of the Chicago Bears, and by Mrs. McCaskey, the daughter of George Halas. Ed?
Congratulations, Bill, to you and all the Giants. It was a great job and a thrilling football game. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations to the Maras and George Young and Coach Parcells and all the New York Giants. Wonderful day.
Coach, I know you'd like to take it, so please be our guest. Go right ahead.
Take it. Just on behalf of the New York Giants, I thank the McCaskies for this presentation, and we're just elated, and I do want to also credit the 49ers because, you know, they've been on top for so long. They're the type of franchise that we all aspire to be, and I just have to give them a lot of credit for the way they played. It was a terrific football game, you know, and even this old man could really get excited about something like that. So on behalf of the Giants, I say thank you. Here we go, guys.
Bill, let me ask you, we exchanged words just a couple of moments ago, and you agreed this game was not awfully different from the one that you lost here 7-3 back in December.
No, it wasn't, Greg. I don't think there's really that much difference between the two teams. You know, we made some plays today. We kind of shortened the game a little bit. Our defense played very well. We just had a one-play lapse the whole game. And I think our offense, you know, did a good job running the ball, so I'm pleased.
I know that you talk about defense and you stress defense. I'm sure you're well aware that the Buffalo Bills put 51 points on the board today.
Well, they looked awesome to me, and we played them back there in early December, and they sure gave us a very difficult time in New York. They're a very talented team, but, you know, we just look forward to the opportunity.
Coach, again, congratulations to you and the New York Giants.
Well, thank you very much, Greg.
George Seifert is with Leslie Visser. Leslie?
Coach, you played so well for 3.5 quarters. What broke down at the end, and what could you have done differently?
Well, I think it's just a great effort as far as the New York Giants team is concerned. Their defense played very inspired at the closing minutes of the ball game, and as well their offense. And Hostetler came up with some great plays. He certainly showed championship caliber out there today.
You just addressed your team so eloquently. Could you summarize your feelings on losing the opportunity to three-peat?
Well, there's no question. This is a loss that will linger for a while. At the same time, we're very proud of the team and its accomplishments over this football season. I think all of us are extremely proud to be part of the organization. We've won a number of great games and had some tough battles and have been able to overcome some very tough situations. And we just got to compliment the New York Giants now and wish them well in the Super Bowl.
Great. Thank you for your time, Coach. Back to you, Greg.
All right, Leslie, if you're looking for a couple of heroes in Giant uniforms, look no further. On my left, Matt Barr, and on my right, Jeff Hostetler. Let me ask you first, Mr. Barr, about the kick and whether or not you had any doubts as you approached it.
It was a good kick, but I'll tell you what, this victory is for the guys. They worked so hard through training camp. They overcame so many obstacles. I'm just happy to be along for the ride.
I want to ask you about this field goal. Winds really weren't much of a factor down the field today, were they?
It was making them drift a little bit, but you can't ask for a nicer day in San Francisco. Usually it's really blowing hard.
Matt, congratulations to you. I want to talk over here with the gentleman that you called your hero. Congratulations to you. First of all, I want to ask you about the knee. How is it?
He's fine. I'd just like to say hi, my wife and my two boys and my mom, and just thank the good Lord for the opportunity. He's really blessed me.
Jeff, there have been numerous comparisons, of course, of the quarterbacks in this game, and you've shown that with a combination of good defense out there, past experience doesn't make that much difference in one football game.
Well, everybody's got their own opinion, and they keep on telling me I can't, and you know, I'm going to the Super Bowl, so hopefully we're one step away from winning it all. And these guys have done a great job, and they deserve to be going, and I'm just happy to be part of it.
I know I've been singing the praises of the New York Giant defense.